Welcome everyone to another episode of the Will and Rock Podcast.
What's up, everyone?
Will, what do we have in store for them today?
So today we're UFC Fight Night, 125. Machida versus Anders just wrapped up. We got the results in. Today is the big day for the shots. All right, so let's get it started. The first fight was Thiago Santos versus Anthony Smith. Now, you and I picked both Thiago Santos.
Santos, we know Santos very well. We knew he was going to come out and bang, and he ended up winning that fight. He is going to be someone to be messed with in that weight class.
I don't disagree with you. Perfect second round knockout, clean flat, completely dominated the first round. Just like you said, he's a powerhouse coming into this division. Looking forward to seeing a little more of Thiago Santos.
Yeah, I'm happy for that weight class.
And then right after that, Dodson got scratched, so he couldn't fight Pedro Munoz.
So sad, man. Dodson is keeps going down.
I know, it just gets depressing. So he got scratched off the card. So they boost up Marlon Vera versus Andrade for the second to last card fight, should I say. And tremendous performance by Andrade. Completely dominated poor Vera. He was our favorite.
He was the Ecuadorian phenom, man.
Yeah. We would have both picked Marlon Vera, but we didn't because he wasn't in the card last week. So we unfortunately called it beforehand.
So there's no shots for anyone there. Yeah, what's the next fight, Will?
The next one is Timothy Johnson versus Marcelo Golm. Now, Timothy Johnson completely dominated him all 3 rounds. Great tie work. This is another person that you should look out for.
Yeah, definitely. And am I right? We both picked him as well?
Yeah. No. What, are you crazy? You're gonna be drinking, buddy.
This is the one
I picked. Yes, sir. Timothy Johnson. And you picked Marcelo Golm. So because of that, you will be taking shots. But tremendous performance by Timothy Johnson. Looking forward to seeing him fight again. And now let's just take a quick look at this loser here. All right. Yeah, I got your brother.
Cheers.
All right, the next one we have Mike. Oh, you want to say anything about the Timothy? You didn't get to say anything.
I fucking lost, dude. I just took a shot. Go.
It smells like fire in here. Then we have Michael Paceres versus Desmond Green. This is another fight that you picked the wrong fighter yet again.
Oh my! Why the hell did I put that cap back on it, bro?
I know, I pushed it too. Desmond Green versus Michael Paceres. Unfortunately, Michael Paceres just completely dominated him. Great fight. Another person that we look forward to watching again. Unfortunately, Desmond Green has to go back into the gym and really train hard. He really didn't look his best. Go for it, Rock.
I would have some comments if I would have fucking won this fight. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay, that's awesome. The next fight, we Valentina Shevchenko versus Priscilla Cabrera. I was looking forward to see what type of Shevchenko would come out, and she did not disappoint. Stopped her in the second round, completely dominated her.
So there's a huge controversy behind that fight. The big call out after it was all said and done, which I agree with, I must say, because when I saw the fight, I said that should have stopped right in the beginning of the second round. Worst case,
which it did.
Yeah, but it was because of submission. Shevchenko beat the bejesus out of her.
Definitely called it up.
She was out of it like 2 or 3 times, and Mario Yamasaki cannot fucking make up a decision, bro. Let this new girl coming into the UFC get completely dominated. He honestly, sorry, it took about 2 to 3 years out of that poor girl's life, man.
Yeah, no, it's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate that the corner didn't stop the fight, or that Yamasaki yet again messing up another fight. It's been way too much of this fight that he's ref. The UFC cannot afford somebody like that. Right? Unfortunately, it's not. Let me take that back. UFC has nothing to do with UFC.
Yeah, this is sport
the
itself.
Las Vegas, they need to fire this guy. He's hurt way too many people in the octagon. Enough is enough. It's already a brutal sport. If you don't have a good ref there, worst case scenario, anybody could die. You know what I'm saying? So we need to get new referees, especially that one. That needs Yamasaki needs to go.
It's one of those things where it's like maybe you didn't see the first or second time, but then when it's just like
repeated it,
it was crazy.
Completely pounding. Yeah. It was really depressing.
Everyone is upset. Just to throw it in there, Dana mentioned, put up some comments saying that if it was up to him, Yamasaki would not referee any more UFC fights, but unfortunately it's completely out of his control. But he should walk away from the sport.
I do agree. But with that being said, Valentina Shevchenko took the victory. Tremendous win. Not the best competition, although Priscilla was undefeated going into that fight.
But Shevchenko showed who the hell she is.
And right.
I
mentioned
she was a dark horse in this division. She's the one that people are not really looking at. You know what I mean? Wait till this whole Nunez versus Cyborg things happens, and then Shevchenko's name is going to go back on that rankings. She's a freaking beast, man.
I do agree. But anyway, so yeah, Valentina Shevchenko won. The next fight, which we both picked her to win anyway, so nobody's taking shots. The next one was Lyoto Machida versus Eric Anders. It was the main event. I picked Eric. Let me say something. I picked Eric Anders because I felt that since Lyoto Machida is coming out 2 losses by knockout, I figured this is another guy that has a mean left hand and will knock him out. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. Lyoto Machida just proved why he needs to be in that division.
Yeah. Okay. It went to decision. It went by majority decisions, obviously, to Lyoto Machida. But I will say this. First of all, I went against you, and I went with Lyoto just because I wanted to go against you, because to an extent I felt like, especially Machida just came out of 2 losses. What kind of Machida was going to step to the octagon? He's getting older,
right.
And then he was gone from the sport for so long because he was on steroids. Yeah. So once again, only reason why I picked Machida was to go against you, and I am extremely happy to see you take this one.
Cheers, everyone.
Oh my God, gasoline, dude. So yeah, man, this good card, one of those sleepers, and they performed and it did well. It did very, very well. I was happy with all the results that happened.
I do agree. It was a tremendous card. Looking forward to the next card is UFC 221. Romero versus Rockhold. Whitaker is completely out of that card. It's going to be very interesting. But we give our predictions next week. We don't do news till next time, the next UFC card.
Right.
But anyways, don't forget to follow us on YouTube, The Will and Rock Podcast, on Instagram on The Will and Rock Podcast, on Twitter on The Will and Rock. And any comments, questions?
Hit us up on YouTube. Leave comments on YouTube, guys.
All right. Peace. Thank you. Peace.